Another thing is I would probably try and keep the genres similar, just so when you're cutting up and adding a bunch of different songs, it doesn't really jolt the viewer out. Like, I wouldn't recommend doing like some rock songs and then doing some classical, or using rock and jazz. I mean, jazz and classical might work together, but I'm not entirely sure about that. So I would try and keep the genre relatively consistent. Hello and welcome back to Preserving Family History. I am Kiara Horowitz. I am an audio-video editor for audiobooks, podcasts, and home videos. And congratulations to all of you who have made it this far in the Preserving Family History video lineup. I hope these videos have been helpful, and please let me know if you have any questions or comments in the description, in the comment section below. Any questions or confusion you might have in regards to editing family home videos, or just using Kdenlive or using Audacity. For those of you who have been here since day one to, what is this, video 6? Congratulations! We are finally putting music on the family home videos. The part that everybody talks about. When people get their family home videos done, they mention that the people who do their family history put music on their family home videos, which is not a bad thing. The only thing I have ever tried to state in these videos is that music should be done last. And the reason is because once you add that music, it is devilishly hard to do a re-edit, or to edit that footage in a different way for either a different format or for a different use. And that's one of the reasons why I am so against the idea of people just sending their videos off and then having music slapped on them and then getting them back. And now you can only watch the videos as they are without being able to use them in any other way. But today we get to do everybody's favorite thing, which is, the one thing everyone's hopefully been looking forward to in this entire lineup of videos, and that is we are going to put music on this video that we have been working so hard on, and it's going to hopefully sound really good. So what kind of music do you put on family home videos? The first thing I always recommend to clients is to put on music that has either been played or composed by relatives. That's the first thing I recommend, because most people have musical relatives, and I think when it comes to preserving family history, that it means more. And you can also have music that is catered to your videos if you can have a family member record it, like perform it and record it, or compose something. Classical music is always a good one to go with, because classical music is royalty free. So that kind of brings us to the one question of, for something like family home videos, should you use royalty free music? I would highly recommend yes. And the main reason for why I would recommend yes when it comes to putting music on videos is, even if your goal is not to put it on social media, or maybe social media, but like on something like Facebook, or your point of the video is not to put ads on your video. The point of the video is just to preserve family history. I would still stay away from copyrighted music. You just don't know what's going to happen with it. And trust me, people find out. It's sad. But especially if you want to put these videos on something like Family Search, or you want to share them on a service that if you want to share them on some sort of a social media service for friends and family, I've just found it is safer to just use the copyright-free stuff. And luckily, we have a lot better selection of copyright-free music. And I'm going to show you today the main place I go. This is the same place I go for the music that I use in my YouTube videos. And that is a place called Pixabay. But an easy way to find it is just go onto your computer and type in royalty free music. You can tell I type this in quite often. And Pixabay, which is the main place that I get my royalty free music, is right here. So we're just going to do that. And we're currently in the music section. And so really quick on Pixabay, they usually have a bunch of music selection that is right up here. I find the stuff that they promote isn't always amazing. Okay, so one thing is this little shield. Okay, so before you ever start playing music, go and check the licensing. So a little shield on Pixabay is Content ID is a digital fingerprint system developed by Google. It can be used by content creators to easily identify and manage copyrighted content on YouTube. To find out how this may impact how you use this track. So if you want to look into the licensing stuff, I highly recommend that, just especially if you're planning to share your family videos on a platform with friends and family. So we're going to, first and foremost, we want to try and figure out what genre of music we want. I typically stick with jazz because jazz, I find it's a very nice, pleasant background sound. I also just listen to jazz just for the heck of listening to jazz. But what you primarily want to focus on is what's going to be easy for different family members to listen to, what's going to match the mood or feeling of your video, and what's going to just enhance the viewing experience. So I usually go stick with swing jazz. There's religious. I find the religious stuff isn't that great, but I think we'll go with should we go with jazz or swing jazz? How about, what happens if we do 1940s? Suspense. Okay. Let's do jazz. I don't know if that's going to do anything. Ooh. Okay. So over here, you'll notice there's a robot. This is to say that it's been made with artificial intelligence. And you'll notice that the shield is gone. So when I do music from Pixabay, I typically only use music that does not have the shield, just for copyright reasons. But I tend to typically use the AI stuff. This is one of the reasons why I recommend to people to try and get a specialty track if they can, because in my opinion, the second best stuff and the safest stuff is to just use the AI music. And a lot of people don't like AI. That's a whole nother conversation. If you want my opinion on AI when it comes to creativity and editing, I am more than happy to do a video on that. I might just do a video on that just because I find it an interesting topic to talk about. I am personally not against AI in certain capacities. It really depends on how it's used. But I find that if the point of the music is just to be something that's easy for you to listen to, and is to enhance the viewing experience, then I personally don't have an issue with using AI, and it's usually pretty safe to use on most platforms because of the whole copyright. This is copyright free the majority of the time. So we just so all you do once you gotta scroll through a little bit, but so basically what you do is you go down and you click on the side. All right, that's a nice one, but it doesn't quite fit what we're going for. It's still a bit. Yeah, that's very dancey. We got some traditional.
I got my shoes all polished and bright.
Okay, so personally, I don't like using music that has lyrics in it, especially if the point is to listen to the speaker talking. So we're going to stick away from anything that has singing in it. Okay. Let's come up here. Did it work? Please work. I'm recording a tutorial. Okay, so we're gonna save that one. And that's just how I save music that I find. If I like it, oh, I accidentally saved that twice. If I like the music, then I will typically just save it and then figure out how to use it later. Because it's always good to just have it on hand for when you need it. I don't want singing. That was not too bad. That's pretty good. I might look into some more slow jazz because a lot of the video is pretty relaxed. So I think it's always good to have a selection of different, I'm not musically inclined. What is it called? Is it tempo? The speed of the song, like how hyper and how laid back it is. Oh, I think I have this one. This is one of the tracks I use. It's one of my favorites personally. I like that one. I like that one. What the heck? What's this called? Nuclear Fall. Oh, it's probably based on the game Fallout. That's fun. Again, you don't have to use all of the music that you download. The main reason I'm just kind of downloading a bunch of tracks that I like is just to have it if I need it. It's better to have, when you're editing, it's better to have more than less. It gets really hard the less you have. So I find I'd rather just take some time and go through and get the music I want to use. Another thing is I would probably try and keep the genres similar, just so when you're cutting up and adding a bunch of different songs, it doesn't really jolt the viewer out. Like, I wouldn't recommend doing like some rock songs and then doing some classical, or using rock and jazz. I mean, jazz and classical might work together, but I'm not entirely sure about that. So I would try and keep the genre relatively consistent. Okay, so when you got enough tracks, I think that's gonna hold us over. All right, so then you go to here. Okay, so I would just make a folder that is completely dedicated to the music that you've chosen. And even if you don't end up using all of the music, that's totally fine. Like I said, you just want to make sure that you have plenty of music to work with. That's the only thing that matters, is that you have plenty of music to work with. So all I do is I come here and I shift. So I hit the top track and then I hit shift, and then I just hit the bottom track, and I can't do that with the microphone, so I'm going to just do that right now. All right, so to hit shift, you click on the bottom track, and then all of this should be selected. And you just move it over. I personally prefer them like this. All right, so now this music is going to also be under the little intro that we made. Oh, in case anybody was wondering, the reason that we had to make the intro before the subtitles is because when you add the intro, it moves these clips, and I don't want to have to try and move these clips and the subtitles, and so I've just found it easier to add in the intros and stuff before the subtitles. I would always consider the subtitles as the second to last thing to do, personally, just because you want it to be correctly lined up with the video, and it's a real pain having to move them. Trust me, I did it once where I put in the subtitles too soon and I regretted it. So I highly recommend you do not do that. Learn from my mistakes. Let me make the mistakes and pass on the wisdom of what happens when you do things in the wrong order. So I've done that plenty of times. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go through your tracks. Okay, like that one. All right, so the way you import audio is you come over here and you double tap on the keyboard, and then this window will come up and you just select the song that you want to bring in, hit OK, and then it will appear in the toolbox. It's not a bad idea to make that a little bit bigger while you're working. And then here you can sample the audio before you put it in. Okay. And once you have your track selected, then, so I usually try to have several audio tracks down here. In Kdenlive, you just add those by coming over here, clicking with 2 fingers on the mouse pad, and then you just go to insert track to make a new track, or delete track to delete a track you no longer need. And it's pretty simple. You just come here and it will say which track you want. I want video track, audio track, and then you hit OK. So that's how you add a track. So we're just going to, I think coming slow here at the beginning might be a good idea.
This is behind our home, the backyard of the home on Rosewood Court. Elaine. This is behind our home, the backyard of the home on Rosewood Court. Elaine danced and was pretty good at ballet before she grew tall and gained weight. She was a graceful little gal. I don't recognize this little guy. Some friend. Tim McCraig on stage. Some friend. Tim McCraig on stilts. PhD in chemistry now. Shiner boys. They're growing up now, no doubt. These green bars, we always have them. He's lined up and jumped. Jump, dive, plunk, anything. There's Steve Figure. Here's an afternoon sun. Is that you? That was Tone who just got off the deep end. There's Tone. Tone was always cold. No matter what the temperature in or out of the water, he was always cold. That was nice. He had a hard time submerging. That body just didn't want to go down. Submerging. That body of hers just didn't want to go down. There's Tone. Tone was always cold. No matter what the temperature in or out of the water, he was always cold. That was nice. He had a hard time submerging. That body of hers just didn't want to go down. This is behind our home. This is behind our home, the backyard of the home on Rosewood Court. Elaine Danston was pretty good at ballet before she... I don't recognize this little guy. Some friend. Timmy Craig on stilts. Behind our home. Madge was awfully good about letting the young people come to the house and swim and do other things. She would take the time to find things for them to do and make it find things for them to do and make it interesting for them. And feed them. They were always hungry. More fun in the pool. Boys love to swim underwater. They can go several lengths of the pool underwater. One of the little Shana boys. They're growing up now, no doubt. They're growing up now, no doubt. Ice cream bars, we always had them. Kids lined up and jumped. Jump, dive, plunk, anything. I think that was Norman Kent Thurber. Let's see here. On the right is Elaine. Don't know what this is. They used to use those for belly flop costumes, jumping into the pool so that they wouldn't sting so much. Yeah, there's a belly flop. Tone, you didn't get full benefit of that swimming pool. You went away to school not too long after we installed it. There's Steve Thurber. Here's an Afton's son. Is that you? That was Tone, who just went off the deep end. There's Tone. Tone was always cold. No matter what the temperature, in or out of the water, he was always cold. That was Mag. She had a hard time submerging. Submerging. That body of hers just didn't want to go down.
that's how you add audio to the video. It's okay to cut up songs. That's another reason I like using the royalty-free stuff, and preferably instrumental, because you can kind of cut it up and have it match the video that you're making, and just use the bits and pieces of it just to enhance the viewing experience. And also, I like the idea of the clients being involved in like choosing the music. I always ask my clients, what kind of music do you want? What style, or what do you think would be best? Because at the end of the day, this is for your family. It's for your family legacy and for future generations. So it's good to try and make it as enjoyable as possible. And this is just a very small idea. There's a lot you can do. And I know that sounds very overwhelming, but it's really nice to have that freedom to think about different ways to preserve these memories, to make them easier and more accessible to future generations. And I find that very important and special, especially since we have things like Family Search, where you can upload memories and pictures and videos and audio. And I think just being able to go in and clean it up and make sure it's as easy and accessible as possible, and also just enjoyable. I think the biggest problem with a lot of home movies is that they're not necessarily super enjoyable to watch. They're kind of awkward, or they're a little dull. And so I think being able to go in there and find the enjoyable parts and to highlight those parts, highlight the important parts of a video and of your family's lives is, in my opinion, very, very important. And I hope this was very helpful in at least giving you some ideas on like what you can do. This is just a small little tutorial to kind of get your creative juices flowing and show you what you can do with your family history. And I really do hope that this series was very helpful to you.